Don't ignore this if you feel evil eyes watching you, because every day you wait, they get stronger. That feeling of being observed isn't random. Those people who ask too many questions about your life, who compliment you but their eyes feel empty, who seem fascinated by your light, they're not just curious, they're feeding. Ibn Arabi warned that envy is not passive, it's active, it's a force. And if you don't know how to shield yourself the way he taught, you'll keep waking up drained, keep losing what you build, keep wondering why good things turn bitter. Everyone thinks envy is just a feeling, jealousy, something harmless that stays in someone's heart. They tell you to ignore it, to focus on yourself, to keep moving forward. But Ibn Arabi, the man who could see what others couldn't, who spent decades learning how darkness operates in this world, he said, envy is not an emotion. It's a weapon. It has teeth. It has eyes. And when those eyes find you, when they lock onto your light, they don't just watch. They pull, they drain, they break, piece by piece. Ibn Arabi lived in a world of spiritual warfare. Kings feared him. Saints sought him. Enemies tried to destroy him. He knew what it meant to be watched by dark forces, to carry light in a world that preferred shadows. One night, a young student came to him trembling. "Master," he whispered, "I feel eyes on me always, even when I'm alone." Ibn Arabi didn't smile. He didn't dismiss it. He looked at the student and said something that still echoes through the centuries. You feel it because it's real. In Islamic tradition, the evil eye, Al-Ayn, is not superstition. It's metaphysical reality. The Prophet Muhammad himself taught protection from it. But what Ibn Arabi understood, what made him different, was this. The evil eye doesn't come from hatred. It comes from admiration, twisted into poison. Someone looks at you, they see your peace, your success, your light. And instead of celebrating it, something inside them curdles. They don't even know they're doing it. But their gaze becomes a hook. And that hook finds your energy. But here's what will shock you. Ibn Arabi discovered that not everyone is vulnerable to this. Some people move through crowds of envious eyes and never feel a thing. Others, pure hearts, sensitive souls, they feel every gaze like a stone pressing on their chest. Why? What makes certain people targets? What Ibn Arabi found in his years of study wasn't just about protection. It was about understanding why you were chosen to carry light in the first place, and why darkness is so obsessed with watching you. There was a woman in Andalusia during Ibn Arabi's time. She was known for her generosity, her gentle spirit, her ability to bring peace to troubled homes. But she started to fade. No illness the doctors could name, just exhaustion, a heaviness that wouldn't lift. She stopped leaving her house, stopped seeing people. One day, someone brought her to Ibn Arabi. He sat with her in silence for a long time. Then he asked one question. "Who praises you the most?" She was confused. "There's a woman," she said. "She always tells me how blessed I am, how lucky, how much she wishes she had my life." Ibn Arabi nodded slowly. "That woman is killing you," he said. "Not with a blade, not with poison, with her eyes." Every compliment was wrapped in envy. Every smile hid a wish for the woman's light to dim. Ibn Arabi taught her something that day. Within weeks, the heaviness lifted. The woman returned to herself because she finally knew how to seal the cracks where darkness was seeping in. So what did he teach her? Before I tell you, you need to understand something crucial. Most protection methods you've been taught are incomplete. They work on the surface, but they don't address the root. You recite Ayat al-Kursi. You say your morning adhkar. And still, you feel it. Still, that weight follows you. Still, you walk into certain rooms and your energy drops like a stone into deep water. Because there's a layer of protection most people never reach. A shield that Ibn Arabi called the invisible armor. Here's what Ibn Arabi saw. Envy works like this. Someone focuses on you. They think about what you have, what you are, what you carry. Their attention becomes a thread. That thread reaches across space, across rooms, across cities, and attaches to your energy field. You don't see it, but you feel it, a sudden tiredness, a heaviness in your chest. Things that were flowing smoothly suddenly hit obstacles. This isn't imagination. This is energetic reality. Ibn Arabi taught that the evil eye operates on 3 levels. First, the gaze itself. Someone looking at you with twisted desire. Second, the thought. Them dwelling on you when you're not there, imagining your downfall, wishing your light would dim. Third, the word. When they speak your name to others, wrapping it in false sweetness while poison drips beneath. Most people only protect against the first level. They avoid certain people. They hide their blessings. They stay quiet about their joy. But the second and third levels, those are invisible. Those happen in rooms you'll never enter, in conversations you'll never hear, and those are the ones that drain you most. Ibn Arabi discovered something that changed everything. He said, "The evil eye cannot pierce a heart that remembers it is seen by Allah." Read that again. The evil eye cannot pierce a heart that remembers it is seen by Allah. What does this mean? When you are aware, truly aware, that Allah's gaze is upon you always, protecting you, knowing you, loving you, then every other gaze becomes powerless. Like trying to darken a room that's already flooded with sunlight. The darkness has nowhere to land. But here's where most people go wrong. They turn this into fear. They become paranoid, suspicious, looking over their shoulder at every person who smiles. They withdraw from life, hide their light, dim themselves down so no one will notice. This is exactly what darkness wants. This is the trap. Ibn Arabi warned, protection is not hiding. Protection is standing in your light while being rooted in the divine. You're not meant to shrink. You're not meant to play small. You're not meant to apologize for the blessings Allah gave you. The evil eye only has power when you forget whose you are, when you disconnect from source, when you start believing that other people's opinions, other people's envy, other people's attention has more weight than Allah's protection. Listen closely. The people watching you, they're not your problem. Your forgetfulness is. Your disconnection is. Every time you worry about what they think, what they want, what they're planning, you're giving them your energy. You're feeding the very thing that's trying to consume you. This could be why you keep feeling drained around certain people, why your success suddenly turns bitter, why good things come and then slip away like water through your fingers, why you wake up exhausted even after sleeping, why your prayers feel heavy, why your heart feels watched even in solitude. If you ignore what Ibn Arabi taught, you'll spend years trying to figure out what's wrong. You'll change jobs, you'll cut people off, you'll move cities, and still the heaviness will follow, because you never learned to seal yourself. You never learned that protection isn't about what you avoid. It's about what you remember. Every moment you spend thinking about who's envying you, who's watching you, who's against you, that's energy leaving your body. That's light dimming. That's exactly what they want, not consciously. but energetically. Envy feeds on your attention. The more you think about it, the stronger it gets. The more you fear it, the deeper it sinks its claws. So here's what Ibn Arabi actually taught. Not theory. Practice. Something you can do right now, wherever you are. First, understand this. You are not your blessings. You are not your success. You are not your light. You are a vessel. Allah is the source. When someone envies what you have, they're not actually reaching you. They're reaching toward something that was never yours to begin with. It's on loan. It's passing through. And it's protected by the one who gave it. Second, Ibn Arabi's method. Every time you feel that heaviness, that sense of being watched, that drop in energy, do this. Stop. Place your hand on your heart and say silently, I am seen by Allah alone. That's it. Don't fight the feeling. Don't analyze who might be envying you. Don't create enemies in your mind. Just return. Return to the truth. I am seen by Allah alone. Third, seal yourself before sleep and upon waking. Recite Ayat al-Kursi, yes, but recite it with awareness, not as protection from people, as remembrance of who holds you. The verse doesn't create a shield. It reminds you the shield was always there. Fourth, and this is the secret Ibn Arabi rarely spoke aloud, stop broadcasting your blessings to those who cannot celebrate them. This isn't fear. This is wisdom. A gardener doesn't plant roses in poisoned soil. Your joy is sacred. Share it with those who can hold it without their hands burning. Everyone else, they get your kindness, your respect, your prayers, but not your inner garden. That's between you and Allah. When you start doing this, when you start remembering you are seen by Allah alone, watch what happens. That heaviness you've carried for months, it starts to lift. Not because the envious people disappeared, but because their gaze no longer reaches you. It slides off. Like rain on glass, you'll notice something else. The people who were draining you will either transform in your presence or drift away naturally. No drama, no confrontation, just distance, because light and shadow cannot occupy the same space for long. Your energy will return, that vitality you thought was gone forever, that peace you remembered from years ago, that feeling of being held, even when you're alone. It was always there. You just forgot how to access it. You were so busy watching the watchers that you forgot to turn your gaze upward. And here's the beautiful part. When you are rooted in divine protection, you become dangerous to darkness. Not because you fight it, but because you no longer feed it. And without your energy, it starves. You're not broken. You're not cursed. You are not weak because you feel the weight of envious eyes. Ibn Arabi taught that sensitivity is not a flaw. It's a gift. It means you're awake. It means you see what others miss. It means you carry light bright enough that darkness takes notice. But sensitivity without wisdom is suffering. And wisdom is this: you are already protected. You always were. The evil eye cannot touch what belongs to Allah. And you, every breath of you, every beat of your heart, every light you carry, it all belongs to Him. So let them watch. Let them wonder. Let them envy. You are seen by the one who matters. And in His gaze, you are safe. If this teaching touched something deep in you, write one word in the comments. Protected. That's all. Just one word. Let it be your declaration, your reminder, your seal. And if you know someone who's feeling watched right now, someone carrying that heaviness, they can't explain? Share this with them. Not for me, for them. Because somewhere, someone is waking up drained, and they don't know why. Now you can show them.